Hey guys, we are here with Sam, and you are the co-director and producer of Death of Superman. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
And how was it working on this project? I mean, you have a great cast that are like in this movie.
Oh yeah. It's funny because this is a story that's obviously we've done it already, like whatever it was, like 10 years ago. So we kind of obviously knew where we were going to go with this. What was the different take we were going to sort of do with it, but we only obviously had just one job, which is basically kill Superman and hopefully give him a good a good reason why he would die.
Yeah, a good send off.
A good send off. That's the words. So it became I think sort of this experiment, or not really an experiment, but this mission to sort of like, how do you tell a compelling story? How do you sort of like have the audience sort of see the sort of depth of his life or the things that he worries about, and then basically he dies, and that becomes tragic, and so the mission was fairly straightforward, I kind of feel like, but speaking of like the cast, is just Jerry, we were just talking about this in the edit like some months ago about how like he is such a great Superman because he has this gentleness to him in his voice and stuff like that, and when you talk to him too, he's such a nice guy, you know what I mean? He's like almost like he embodies Superman in a way, you know what I mean? And Rebecca, she has this sort of toughness that I kind of feel like is what Lois should be about.
Yeah.
And
she's
also
kind of like the Rock.
Yeah, and she's just very capable.
Yeah.
And she's not soft. She's not, she doesn't get pushed around.
Yeah.
And so Rebecca is like totally embodied that. So again, I can't say enough about both of their acting. I think they are perfectly cast, and I think just the emotional depth that we were looking for, those moments. I think, I think when people see it, I think it's very real and very believable. So
now you have done a lot of like the animated like comic book movies. Is this what you always wanted to do as a kid? Because I know like the beginning of your career, you started out doing comic books for Image.
Oh yeah.
So how did you get into doing animated for?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, this is a much longer conversation, but I'll try to make it really short. But it's almost like a life lesson to me. It's like a thing that I think is. I guess it comes down to is just, if you have a sense of kind of what you like, for me it was comics, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get in, right? And so I'm in, and even though the way I work is not conducive to comics because I'm too slow, I didn't intend to stay into animation. I came into animation to get my speed up.
Yeah.
But then when I actually got into animation, I realized the joy that I get out of like creating is not really the drawing and the shading and all that kind of stuff. It's the storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm much more interested in the composition. I'm much more interested in lighting. I'm much more interested in acting. I found basically what I was, without really knowing it. You know what I mean? And so when I got into animation, because I was in animation, and then I went out and I went to video games and I designed for a little while, and then but what I realized that I missed when I was designing is like I don't like designing. I don't get the same sort of satisfaction as when I tell a good story where I'm involved in telling the story.
And that one, like video games, like more of like structure.
Yeah, and it's just again, this is just me. It's everything's different for other people, but for me, design is not it.
Yeah.
I want to feel the soul and the heart and the motivation and psychology. That's the stuff that interests me creatively. So again, it was something I found out about myself as I was kind of stumbling through my career. So yeah.
Thank you so much. I love talk. It was like you have a very interesting career, like how you started off and stuff, and all like the amazing like animated superhero movies that you have done. Do you have like a favorite character or a favorite animated movie that you have worked on?
Oh, that's rough. I'm working on one right now actually that is very close to my heart, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
But I'm it is weird. Again, just going back to the life lesson kind of thing is just like, you never know how things are going to go. But again, I'm working on something right now where I never thought I'd be able to work on. And I was just saying like the other week just how like, wow, it's like my childhood right now is all kind of coming together. I've almost like prepared myself almost for this moment kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
So you don't really have like a job. You just love what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times it is a job because everything becomes a job once you have a deadline and you're staying up like, you're doing like show all-nighters and stuff like that.
True.
No matter how fun it is or good it is and stuff that you like. But again, every time there's a deadline and a budget put on it, you run into the possibility that it's just going to be like, you got to get it out. And we're taking it from your hands right now, and it's going to be that's as good as you're going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but despite all that, I'm very fortunate and I'm very lucky, to be able to sort of like create and tell these stories. And I think your original kind of thing was something about like, doing superhero stuff is there's nothing else this is why I'd stay at Warner Brothers, is because I want to do superhero stuff, or I want to tell heroic stories. It doesn't have to be superheroes specifically, but I am interested in stories with depth and heroism, and I'm not so good at comedy, so I've been very fortunate that I've been able to do this for a while.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.